Hello and welcome to Sport Tonight. I'm Cecilia Mogbe, right here in Lagos.
Body greetings to you wherever you are in the world watching us. In London, I'm Austin Okonakman, Cecilia. What a week to remember for women in sports in Nigeria. We were still trying to understand what the Super Falcons did. And the D Tigers, they said, wait a minute, we're not done with inspiring you guys. And then they gave us that record-breaking, unprecedented fifth Afro-basket title in a row. Cecilia, women, take your flowers. You know what? We're coming for lessons. Nigerian women need to teach the men how to win, Cecilia.
They definitely have to. I thought with the D Tigers taking Senegal to the cleaners in the semi-final last Saturday that the Chan Eagles will borrow a leaf from there. Apparently, they are not learning. They are not watching. I don't know what to say anymore. Okay. They lost this evening to Senegal, defending champion, by a lone goal. It was painful. Yes, it was painful. They lost their opening game. But hey, you still have more games to play. But the show this evening, this is what it looks like. Yes, we'll be talking about the African Nations Championship. Focus will be on that. The D Tigers, we're still celebrating them. Yes, we're celebrating them on the show tonight because one of them, a point guard, I won't really reveal her name yet. She will be joining us on the show tonight. Talk about the processes, what they had to do, what they had to tell themselves, especially when preparatory and everything didn't really work out well. But these girls stood tall. We'll be celebrating them on the show tonight. And of course, Super Falcons celebrations coming on from different governors hosting the indigene of their state to different, events. Yeah, different celebrations coming across Nigeria. And of course, we'll talk about a medical doctor who won a Scrabble championship. The master's level, yes, medical doctor winning a Scrabble championship. Yes. It's a loaded package as usual. We'll be starting off with the D Tigress, of course. And right here in the studio, Damilola, it's been a while.
It has been. I was talking to you off air and I was saying it's good to officially see you since your sojourn in Morocco. Is that what we should describe it as? But it was good to see that we saw really amazing performances from the Super Falcons. I saw pictures and videos of the tremendous support that Nigeria got to have, even though in the final against Morocco, the support was for Morocco, but we still came out on top. I would just say, when Nigeria played Senegal in the AfroBasket, the defending champion won. So when Nigeria played Senegal in the CHAN tournament, the defending champion won as well.
If I had said this, Austin would tell me that I'm making excuses. Thank God it's not coming from me. Okay.
Cecilia, Cecilia, I'm humbled. I'm not going to say anything.
I like that.
Do to me whatever you want. Talk to me the way you want. My respect to Nigerian women is now over the roof.
Yes.
I salute you guys, your tenacity, your resilience, your determination. Just don't be stingy. Teach us how to win. We are humble.
But Austin, the thing is that you guys are not learning, you're not learning. I mean, the vice president was gushing over the D Tigress, when he was talking about women, in sport, what they've done over the years. I mean, the world champion we have when it comes to track and field, who? The one and only, a woman. So, go to basketball, go to football, whereas everywhere. They're just there. I mean, it's just, you see it plainly. It's just for the men to learn.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We are busy.
Okay, now, let's just take a look at the presidential rewards before we listen, to the vice president and also the first lady. I mean, she has been supportive. Remember, after the Olympics or before the Olympics, she hosted this D Tigress. They all came together. And, of course, now they're friends, right? Okay, let's take a look at the presidential rewards because this is really big for the girls. All players to get $100,000 each and Office of the Order of the Niger, OON honors. So, OON with the money. A D Tigress technical crew to receive $50,000 each. And, of course, same honors go to them, OON with the money. Yes, all players and technical crew to get 1 flat each in Abuja. There's also a plot of land, right? Added to that also for these players. So when you are successful, somehow it helps you to be able to get a lot. Okay, so this is what it looks like by right now for the D Tigers, because this is what they all will be getting. So, I mean, people have been talking about the fact that the reward system, it's too much, for them. How will you give this to them? Just when it's something. I mean, there's so many people talking about. Do you share that view?
It's interesting because people are also complaining that sports has not been rewarded for so long. People have had so many things to say about how the women, especially, have been doing so many things. I want us to understand one thing, first of all. This is not just a team winning a tournament.
Yeah.
This is a team winning a tournament for the fifth consecutive time. 29 straight matches is what the Tigers have won at Afro basket level. The last time we lost was in the third place in 2015. 2017, 2019, 2021, 2023, and 2025. We've won this tournament. So if we're getting a team who has won 5 consecutive tournaments getting rewards like this, I don't think it is too much. The
Okay.
part I will question is how feasible is it, and what is the time frame in which they will get these rewards? That's the question I want to talk about. The girls absolutely deserve all that they've gotten. Same with the Super Falcons, because right now is women's sport that is really flying the flag of Nigeria.
Yeah, they're flying in and they deserve everything they need now. Promise, yes, promise to join us. And right now, she will be joining us on the show tonight because she's one of those players who made it possible for Nigeria to win a fifth consecutive title, 7 overall. Yes, we're still far away from Senegal, who's got 11, but this is definitely a step. So Promise Amukamara, a point guard for the D Tigress, she will be joining us on the show tonight to just talk more about it. Promise, it's great to have you join us on the show tonight. Okay, while
Okay,
we're waiting
Promise.
for Promise to join us, maybe we'll just quickly listen to of course, the MVP of the tournament, Amy, telling us how she felt, being honored by the president while waiting for Promise to join us.
I'm thankful that we get to represent our country. We're thankful to be able to continue our excellence in our sport, the gift that God gave us. It means the world to us to be able to be hosted here today and to be able to represent our country in this way, to bring back another championship, to be able to inspire young women, young girls around the world, that they can one day too be in our shoes. And I give thanks to every one of our staff, GM, coach, Ugo, doctors, SEC, president, chairman, everybody. We thank you all for your support and your continuing support in lifting us higher, because I don't think the sky is our limit. I think we can go beyond and we can break barriers.
That's brilliant coming from Ami Okonkwo. Austin?
I know, fantastic D Tigress all through. Emi Okonkwo, back-to-back MVP, got 19 points in that final game, led like a true leader. But then there was somebody who was giving all of the assists, and she finished as the third best assist leader. Promise Amukamara joins us on the show. Promise, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Thanks for having me. So glad to be here.
Awesome. Promise, let me tell the world what I called you the first time I saw you. Small but mighty. And you showed it again at this AfroBasket Championship. Promise, you've been with this team for quite some time and you've won your third. This is the third title for you. Is this the most cherished one?
Yes, I feel like this is the most cherished one because it was a hard one. I felt like the other two, they weren't walking the parks, but we kind of knew we were going to be favored. But this one, all the team, I feel like all the teams around Africa are getting better, and so this one was just very sweet. The path that we took to get here was hard, but it was great that we came up with the win.
I know, and that's the motivation, going through that hard path, and then you ladies did what you did. Pressure. I know people said there must be pressure, but look, Africa, those other teams, they wanted you, the Tigers, they are the team to beat on that final day. Was your heart beating twice?
Yes, all of us were talking about it, how we were so nervous, and not nervous but anxious throughout the whole game, because of course there is a lot of pressure on us to defend the title. Everyone's giving us their best shot, and so we were feeling the pressure. And so both the te- uh, both the games against Senegal and Mali, they were close ones, and they fought us all the way to the end.
I'll hand over to my colleague in Lagos.
Interesting, Promise. You said you guys were actually nervous in those games. But hey, the way you came back, I mean, especially in the third quarter, the third quarter against Senegal, yes, that wasn't good. That was really bad. But the way you came back in the fourth quarter, and also against Mali, after the first second half, when it was tied 41-41 apiece, the way you guys came back with the Concord making that 3 points, and from there you took over. I didn't see any sign of that. But the question I'm going to ask is, what did the coach tell you girls at halftime in the final game? Yeah, really.
The coach, see, Coach Reina, she is small but mighty. She came in the locker room screaming at us. She was so mad, and so that just lit a fire under us and made us, go out there and compete harder and just give give it all that we have. We knew a lot was at stake, and so we just had to regroup, come together, and ultimately win the game.
Yeah, ultimately, I mean, that was really fantastic the way you took that. I mean, for the second time, Mali gets into the final. I mean, you guys just teaching them how to play the game. Now, the reception at the Aso Presidential Villa, what was it like for you having the president himself? Yes, he was represented by the vice president, but the first lady, she hosted you girls before now during the Olympics, and then again hosting you hosting you at in the presidential villa with the vice president right there with the monetary rewards that you girls got. What was it like for you experiencing this for the first time?
It was literally a dream come true. The way when the vice president announced what we would be receiving, all of us started to cry because it was just all the hard work we've put in and all the sacrifices we made for our country, to wear the jersey. It was truly unbelievable gift, and we're so thankful that they have extended that to us.
Mm. Austin, let me eat you again.
I know. I promise. Let's go back to the courts. I love everything that happened on the basketball court. Let's talk about Coach Reina. I listened to her during the Paris Olympics, and she said she likes winning the game even before the third quarter. You get into the third quarter, you have fun, and then you wrap it up in the fourth. What did she say to you, ladies, after losing that first quarter to Mali, and then you came out like a beast in the second quarter? What did she say to the team?
Yeah, she just said that this wasn't us. That's not how we play. She said that Molly was playing harder than us. They're younger. They were younger than us, and we were just playing soft out there. And she just really ripped us a new butt. And so we knew we had to turn it around, like I said, and we just regrouped and came out there and started hooping.
The tenacity of this team, Promise. How did you ladies build it?
I think since we're all Nigerians, I think it's just embedded in us.
Mm.
That Niger pride, we wear it with so much pride and joy, and so I think it's just the feeling and the blood running through our veins, that allow us to fight so hard and overcome anything that is thrown at us.
When the final buzzer sounded, Promise, tell me, how bad did you cry?
Oh my! I I didn't mean to cry, but it was just like I said, so much emotions because it was so hard. Like every game was so hard. It wasn't like the past the
Mm.
past tournaments. Like this one was so hard, reaching to the finals, and then the stuff that we had to deal with before getting to training camp and the the tournament. It was just so all the emotions was just filled with I was just filled with so much emotions, and I just let it all out once that buzzer hit.
Promise. I mean, when we talk when we talk about this, I mean, what you girls actually went through, before the tournament and even in the tournament. You mentioned something that got me thinking that basketball in Africa is actually growing. You don't beat teams, the way you used to beat them before. But wait, I mean, we still had some resounding results all through the tournament. Overall, apart from the final, which of these games actually stood out for you that you have to think, okay, basketball in Africa is actually growing? I mean, teams are stepping up.
Yeah, I would say we struggled in the second pool game against Mozambique. Um, that was a close game. They were leading us all the way till I would say the third or fourth, and like we had to overcome that. So like every game was tough, but I would say Senegal was the toughest, obviously because their coach used to be our old coach, and so he knew every one of us. He knew how we played, our tendencies and stuff. So I think that was the challenging part in that game. But ultimately, we got the win. But yeah.
Which was important. What message will you want to be sending to, well, the organizers of basketball in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole, and of course the young girl who wants to play basketball and be successful?
Yeah, I would just say, never give up on your dreams. Keep working hard. The sky's the limit. Um, no matter what anyone says, is how you truly feel, and how you whatever dreams you have set or goals that you have set, you're able to reach them with hard work, faith, and yeah, and support. And the sky's the limit.
Yeah, to the federation and also basketball growth in Nigeria.
Well, sorry, what was that?
Yeah, the support system and also the growth of the game. What are the message you want to send out there? The things they can actually improve on for the growth of the game on the continent and also in Nigeria.
Yeah, so just creating infrastructures for young athletes to, practice their game and stuff like that. Also, support with money. I know the gift that the president had extended to us was a lot, but that's something I feel like was very deserving after all the sacrifices and hard work that we've put in. And so, yeah, just extending support um, and just being there for us.
Yeah. Thank you so
And
much, Promise. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I just tried to just wrap it this way, Cecilia. It's not like we are asking for too much promise, but if you ladies can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, can you make it 6?
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, we're trying to get to 10
Woo!
like the girls.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see. Thank you so much, Promise, for your time on the show. Congratulations once again, particularly with what you did at the competition. You blazed it up with assists, always, turning up for the team. We appreciate you, and please give our love to your other teammates. Thank you.
Will do. Thank you.
Awesome. That's it. Cecilia, I will leave it to you. This is your show. It has been your show from Morocco to Abidjan, and now you got to Tanzania where it was supposed to be my show, and it's still your show. Enjoy.
Let's quickly take a look at the All-Star team, and then we go on this short break. All right, the All-Star team we have for the 2025 FIBA Women's Afro Basket. You have Emi Okonkwo of Nigeria making that, Sierra Dillon of Senegal, Delicia Washington of South Sudan. You have Jane Sinde of Uganda, and of course Sika Kone of Mali. So this is your all-star team, Okonkwo leading the pack right there. We need to go on the break. We'll come back inside the Niger Delta. We'll be on our DSTV platform, all other platforms, Sports Night will continue. Stay with us. Welcome back. I just throw, reaction to, what Promise said, just everything. I mean, what I got when she said they were nervous. I'm like, the way they were blowing teams away, apart from the final against Senegal.
Yeah, I think there's a saying that we usually have here that thank God we don't look like what we've gone through. And I think for a lot of professional athletes, even when they are battling with a bit of anxiety, worry, I've heard a very, very famous sports person say, if you're never nervous before a final, I don't think you're human, no matter how many times you've gone on to win. And then I think for Promise, you could see the smile on her face. It must have meant so much because she wasn't able to be at the last edition in Rwanda. So the fact that she was able to get back on this train and be able to win another trophy with Nigeria, it just shows that she has put in the work, and congratulations to her and the team, and long may this dominance continue.
Yeah, long may it continue, because she says they're targeting 10, just like the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Senegal got 11. Sometimes they just want to chase that record. All right, let's listen to the Vice President and also the First Lady, what they had to say to the D Tigress after this historic performance in Côte d'Ivoire.
This is a moment that will forever inspire generations of Nigerian girls and women to dream big, boldly, and pursue greatness. It is a clear indication that hard work and teamwork is what it takes to succeed. I celebrate you not only as athletes, but as ambassadors of sports of a great nation. Your victory comes at a time when Nigeria is basking in the glory of sporting excellence, following the Super Falcon recent victory. And you see, we haven't really gotten over that. And then this year, but we are so glad we are able to also celebrate you as well. You have given us another reason to believe in the power of Nigerian women to break barriers and set new records. I say well done to you all. To the technical team, including Coach Rina Wakama, your leadership and tutelage has paid off. And I still owe you your bouquet. Okay? To all our remarkable players, your performance is highly commendable. You embody courage and commitment. I pray your journey in life continues to be filled with success and light on the path for many more victories to come. You have conquered Africa and opened the door to global greatness. Your emphatic victory over Mali with a final score of 78 to 64. It's a declaration not only of your tactical superiority, but of your readiness to dazzle the world. And I assure you that you are going forward with the blessings and support of the entire nation. To Ami Okonko, the tournament's most valuable player, and Ejim Yekalu, the top scorer in the finals, your brilliance elevated the entire team. But most importantly, you did not play for yourselves. You played for and won with Nigeria. You are pathfinders. You are true daughters of the land. It is my singular honor and pleasure and privilege to cherish forever. To make the following pronouncements on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. OON nationality honors for team, coach, and technical team. 100,000 US dollars for each player. One flag is for players, coach, and technical team.
Yeah, that's when the announcement was made. I mean, the happiness and joy. But Austin, next year is the World Cup. Nigeria already qualified. The fact that they won on the continent. Continental champions get automatic qualification, but they will still need to play in the qualifying tournament. That serves as preparations, which will be in March. So we need to start preparing now. And the World Cup is in September. I hope we'll not hear stories before that time.
I know, I agree. I totally agree with you, Cecilia, because that's part of what Promise was trying so hard not to say, that hard path she mentioned, that they always struggle with qualifiers. I know everyone will not be happy with these presidential rewards and all, but because some of us are close to these players. We hear them when they go through difficulties, and that's why I like that the presidency is involved. So if you can bring out money, if you can give them houses, national honors, then preparing them for a competition now shouldn't be a problem. Everyone loves to carry the trophy, feel it, dance with it, lift it up. It is sweet, but it takes a lot of hard work, smart work, determination, dedication, commitment, to get this trophy. So I just hope that they will see sense in this. I see corporate organizations giving them gifts, giving them money. I'm saying, no, let's build systems, structures, banks that are involved in the league, and now the league isn't working. Why can't we build structures? If trust, transparency, accountability is a problem, build it, But let's just get something that is sustainable, and preparing for the World Cup properly or any qualifying tournament properly is a good way to start, Cecilia. So I just hope that this, achievements from the Super Falcons and the D Tigers will reset our thinking and the way we see sports. And because it is already taking money out of us, we should be able to now build systems, structures, put mechanisms in place that sports too can now, bring money into the system, Cecilia.
Well said. It's very, very obvious. We need to actually have the structure. We try to talk about Morocco, what they're doing. Yeah. They're hosting tournaments. They're doing something. I would call it sports mecca. If you go to the sports complex, that's where they stay from the under-17 level to the senior national team. You need to enter that facility. You will know that this is a country that is serious about football. Yes, we talk about government, private sector, but you need to build infrastructure first for that to be certain. Now, the Women's League, sponsored by, a big bank in Nigeria. You have league like in 2 months. I don't know if the sponsors are even getting value for their money. Because I know the Zenith League then used to be bigger than this. Used to be very big. I mean, you could have it for like runs for like 6 months and all. But now you just have it for like maybe 1 week. They call it phase 1. Another week phase 2. And then the final 8. And that's all. In a whole year.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. When Austin was speaking about putting mechanisms in place, it reminds me of this very popular saying that don't just give somebody fish, teach them how to fish. The process of getting us ready for the tournament is what continues to build us, is what gives us a wonderful transition period when we might not like to agree. Some of the players at this last AfroBasket, early 30s, mid 30s, we need to actively start considering the next generation to keep up this dominance. Promise said that they are targeting 10. Some of the players that plied their trade in this particular tournament will not be there if we win the 10th edition. So if there's money to give these players, which I applaud, we also need to ensure that these monies flow into developing consistent activities so that we don't just dominate on Africa, we actually get to the world and we slug it out with the very best countries.
We are number 8 in the world right now. Let that sink in. Number 8. They're going into the World Cup next year. You have USA, Belgium already qualified because European champions, Belgium. You have Australia, of course, the Asian champions. You have USA, America Cup. They always be there.
That's right.
Like, they own this space. It can be very annoying. So we've dominated Africa for a while. So now let's see how we can actually take that a notch higher and dominate the world. This is really important. Okay, let's leave the D Tigers because I know we can spend the whole day talking about them. Let's talk about the Chan Eagles, the African Nations Championship. Just this evening, a few hours ago. Is it up to that game ended like okay.
A little under 2 hours ago.
Yeah, a little over 2 hours. It was up to 2 hours. It wasn't
under
up to
2 hours.
Yeah,
yes.
They lost to defending champions. You correct? Did you correct me? You were just trying to
making a case for
Chan Eagles that they played against the defending champions, and that's why they lost by a long goal. I'll just take you through the results that were played earlier today. We'll start off with the game between Congo and Sudan. That game ended 1-1, and Senegal, of course, beating Nigeria by a lone goal. It was a late goal. The first half was a bit shady. But second half, yes, possession, they tried, but they were missing chances, and then Senegal took advantage of that, and they got the victory. So for the third time, Nigeria losing the opening game. In 2014 it happened, 2018 it happened, and of course they went on to reach the semi-finals. So something good in here. Let's look at other games that were also played the Chan Championship. Kenya and DR Congo, that game ended by a lone goal. One of the hosts winning. Morocco and Angola. Morocco beating Angola by 2 goes to nothing. That's Group A result. Now let's take a look at other results that were played. Another host winning by 2 goes to nothing against Burkina Faso and Madagascar and Mauritania. This game ended goalless. That's Group B result. Now take a look at another result. Group C, Niger Republic and Guinea beating Niger by a lone goal, and Uganda, I mean the third host nation, losing by 3 goals to nothing to Algeria. So they're the only host that lost their game. So Austin, I mean the Chan Eagles losing opening game. Were you surprised by that?
For the first time, let me say yes and no. Yes, because I know the level of work these guys have put into their play. So it's surprising that they came out today and they didn't just blend the way I expected them to. Yes, because I know they have quality. A lot of persons will come for them now. People who don't know them, who don't watch them in the league, who don't understand the level of commitment that they have, will just forget that it was football and it was a moment of loss of concentration that, cost them this defeat. No, because when you have an opportunity like this to prove a point, you must step up big time, and that's why I say we need to learn from the ladies, because that game was theirs for the taking if they just calm down and just play composed football and just find a way to, with football, anything that doesn't make you score in first half, you come back into the game and you start struggling, particularly if it's goalless. Yes, I'm surprised again because I know Eric Shell and his game project and how he wants to ensure that, the home-based, Super Eagles players get some, good fitting into the senior men's national team. So Cecilia, it's sad that they've started on this note. The other 2 games aren't going to be easy because Congo is one team that I also respect at the CHAN. So let's see. It's football where anything can happen. But as I said, a good start is actually very, very important. So Oluwadamilojo, after watching them, what do you expect in the second game? You think they're going to come back better, stronger?
I think we should expect a better performance from them because, like I said earlier, we played the defending champions who conceded only 1 goal in the last edition. And let's not forget that this is our first CHAN tournament since 2018. So I was not surprised by this result. I think another good thing for us is Congo and Sudan during the group. It means that they've taken points off each other. Now our backs are against the wall. If there's something Nigerian teams know how to do, is when there's no margin for error anymore and we can't do so much calculation. Now we know we need to win our 2 matches to give ourselves a good chance of qualifying. Austin has already mentioned how Eric Shell and the boys have certain things that they want to prove. I think, and I'm optimistic, that we can get maximum 6 points from the next 2 matches. We might not need 6, we might need 4 because of this result, but I think we'll do enough to make it through to the next
Was
stage.
it because of that goal came 15 minutes before the end of the game, and of course it was a mistake on the part of the goalkeeper, Lawa, out of his post, and Senegalese, it was even the first shot. I think the first shot on target.
Yes, like we
and
said,
then, he went in.
We went toe-to-toe with them, especially for a team that
But that was in the second half, because the first half was in.
Yeah, the second half of the first half were getting cards. I think we were a little bit nervy, and the fact that we were playing the defending champions got to us. But I saw some things that really encouraged me for this match, and hopefully we can take that into the next 2 games.
Hopefully we can actually do that and make the best out of it. All right, now let's still talk about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I know from now to the next one next year, we'll still be talking about the next one next year. Wait, when? Do we have a date yet? Okay, Cap will answer that. But in Imo State, Governor Zodima, in the World Cup, you have about 7 players from that state. Now, I'm going to be counting them because there's so many. Osinachi Orali, I mean, the girl who usually people don't give her flowers. She's been there for a long time. Of course, she's always ready. Osinachi Orali is from Imo State. Chiamaka Nadozie, of course, we already know that. She's from Imo State. Jennifer Ichigini, she's from Imo State. Now, the favorites, everyone loves her. Michelle Alozie, she's also from Imo State. Ifeoma Anumonu, also from Imo State. Chinwendu Ezeoye, just saw her, also from Imo State. So assistant coach Anche Ejine, also from Imo State. And Desire Okpara, yes, I know she's also from Imo State. Wow. The state is producing a lot, right? Let's just listen to the governor of the state rewarding these players, and then We will come back to talk about this.
Following the example of Mr. President, I decided to domesticate that tradition. So Imo people are happy with our girls. So for the players, we'll give them 30 million naira each. And also the technical team. I preside over the revenue of this state. And I know by all calculations that we can comfortably do this.
Yes, more money, right? Austin, more money flowing for these girls, right?
This is what maybe I need to call all our leaders together and really talk to them and let them understand how sports really works. Yes, winning is good, but sometimes the road to that victory, how you prepare it, is also very, very important. With the reward system, we love it so much, and that's why some people say it's laced with a bit of propaganda, and people want to try and put a bit of politics into it, because we see it at every level. National Sports Festival, a governor that has not done one thing for his state will gather all the athletes and say, give me 10 gold medals. Bring me. You don't know anything about preparation. But so shout out to Governor Hope Uzodinma. I liked it. I won't lie that he gathered the players, particularly that his state commands that sort of number in the Super Falcons is a good thing for Imo State. And this should spur them to do more for the development of women's football in the state. That's the major lesson for me. Shout out to also Governor Lucky of Ondo State. He blessed Tosin Demain also. Shout out to Adamawa State for blessing Coach Madugu. I like it, Cecilia, but we must find a way, as I said earlier, to build structures and systems, to be deliberate about planning, long-term planning that will lead to sustainable development. And by the time we start doing this, there'll be more interest. Like Cecilia, we don't want to go into infrastructure in Imo State, and all of that we always talk about. But to bring up, I like the confidence when he said, I reside over the revenue of this state, Your Excellency. Let's Chiamaka Nadozie get into the streets with your support and build more and bring up more Chiamaka Nadozie, bring up more Chinwendu as well, bring up more Desire Paranozie. That is how to leave a legacy.
Yeah, obviously, you nailed it, because if you check all these players, where did they hone their skills? It's actually not in the States. You know what I mean? Chiamaka Nadozie, for instance, Rivers Angels. So if you just take a look at all of them, every player, you think of that, everyone is celebrating. Okay, let's not.
No,
you did not develop
the formative process.
Exactly. So why not try now? Now you're showing 30 million naira. It's fine, and a plot of land. That's great. But then, how many of our states, apart from Akwa Ibom, Uyo, and you can also add Edo State, have a standard stadium? And they can actually play a CAF tournament.
Another thing to add to that is, when you give one player 30 million, directly you are impacting one player. I know that player might have things to do for their family. And when you put that 30 million into infrastructure, like Austin said, and you build, for example, an academy, you can get thousands of players. Not everybody is going to get to the highest level,
but at least.
But you will take children off the streets, and then you would expose people into sports. And like Austin said, you're going to have more eyes on sports. And it is cascading on so many levels. I hope our leaders understand that the destination is amazing, but the journey itself is really pivotal.
It is really. Now, okay, let's switch over and talk about a medical doctor, Ogun State-born medical practitioner, Samuel Adebola, who clinched the star prize of 1 million naira at the 5th edition of the Governor Duro Diri National Scrabble Championship that was held in Yenagoa and Bayelsa State capital. So Adebola lifted that coveted trophy in the Masters category, beating stiff competitions from, different powerful players across the country. So you have more than 200 players actually taking part in this tournament and had a total prize money of about 10 million naira. That's good. In 5 categories. So you have Dokun Eson, who won the immediate category, Dorcas Innocent winning the opens, while Periwe Edidie winning the trophy for the student category. Yes, Edidie won the one for the student category. That's the one I was actually interested in until I saw that medical practitioner, medical doctor, actually winning the star. That's what the masters. When you talk about masters, you understand what I mean. They are the big boys. I mean, adults, men. So they're not like this is not
age grade.
It's not age grade. Yes. So they have both the masters category, the one for the students, and of course the one for the elites. Was different category, but this man, won this championship. Let's quickly listen to him and also listen to the Commissioner for Sports of Bayelsa State, Daniel Gali, talking about this, and then we'll come back, wrap this up.
This tournament, fully supported and funded by the Bayelsa State government, has become one of Nigeria's premier intellectual sporting events, attracting top players from across the country, with total prize money this year exceeding 10 million naira. This is a reflection of our belief that sports is not just about physical contests, but also about mental agility, discipline, and national unity. Bayelsa State has continued to blaze the trail in sports. Let me assure everyone here that these Scrabble championships will not only continue under the guidance of Governor Doediri, but will be strengthened and elevated in the years to come.
I would like to say kudos to the Bayelsa State Scrabble Association. They've done wonderfully. Over the years, they've built the game and they are representing. I think this is one of the best, if not the best tournament in Nigeria as of today. And I would like us to all give them a round of applause.
Austin, yes. I mean, it's actually fun when you have, people in different faiths. Sarah Ogoke, I didn't mention that. I mean, she's a surgeon and she's playing basketball. So I need to rub that in a little bit.
Yeah, Cecilia, I like the board games because it requires a lot of, intelligence, and that's a medical doctor showing us that, yes, he's got some intellectual going on with Scrabble. I just have a bit of a problem with the prize money compared to everything that we've been talking about. You see, with this sort of competition and Dr. Samuel winning it, a good money can help him lead a research study that can promote the medical field, or something that can empower him. But it's all good. I like the fact that Governor Doediri is giving attention to sports in Bayelsa State. I like the fact that they're putting together a Scrabble competition, because how many do we get to talk about in a year? Yeah. So just hope that, more states will do more, keep that system busy, and then we find ways to, build an economy out of it. Morocco didn't win the WAFCON, but I'm sure you were there. You know that they were the biggest. They were the biggest gainers by the structures that they've put in place for revenue and how they've commercialized their football. I hope that someday we understand that this sport is a big market, and then we'll tap into it in Nigeria. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.
Yeah, Oluwadamiloju, thank you for leaving City FM to join us tonight on the show.
It's always a pleasure to be on Sports Tonight, and let's just hope that female football and sports generally continues to take Nigeria to the very top.
Amen to that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a good night's rest.